Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, yes I am. I'm a child of God, yes I am. Hi, and welcome to this piano tutorial. My name's Danny, and today I'm going to teach you how to play Who You Say I Am by Hillsong. And we're going to check it out in the original key of G flat. And this is kind of a complicated key because there are so many flats in it, but this is the original key, and so I'm going to, for the sake of authenticity, do it in the key of G flat major. All right, so let's just get right into it looking at the scale. The scale is the first thing we're going to go over before we go over the chords and how to play through the song. The key of G flat has 6 flats, and those flats are B, E, A, D, G, and C. So without further ado, let's go ahead and play through the scale and look at the interval numbers as well. Here's how it goes. We have G flat, which is the 1, A flat, 2, B flat, 3, C flat, 4, D flat, 5, E flat, 6, and F natural, which is 7. And then back to G flat, which is, of course, the 1. So that's our scale, and I would invite you right now, as I play through the scale, to practice it right along with me. So here we go. This is a 2-handed scale, 1 octave. And if you don't know how to play it, then just take a look at how I play it, and just look at both of the hands carefully, and feel free to, of course, rewind this as many times as you need to, but I'm just going to go ahead and play through it. So there we have it. That's our G flat major scale. And I would highly encourage you to play through this scale at least a few times before you practice the song itself, because that way you're orienting yourself with the key of G flat, which again, there's a lot of flats in this key. So I would definitely encourage you to do that. If you're playing this song in the key of G, just as a little side note, then just play through the G major scale, which is much easier. We only have 1 sharp, and that's F sharp. And that, of course, looks like this. So if you're playing it in G, just play through the G major scale. But back to G flat, where we are at. Now, with our scale out of the way, I'm just going to go through and play all of the chords for you that are in this song, and then that way you can just put them all together wherever you need them, whether you're playing the intro, the verse, the chorus, the bridge, the whatever. So here we go. Let's just look at all the chords that are in the song. The first one we're going to look at is G flat, which is, of course, the 1 chord in the key of G flat major. So let's take the left hand first. This is middle C. So we're going to move down here, and we're going to play 3 notes for this chord. We're going to play G flat, D flat, G flat. Okay, and for the right hand, what we're going to do is we're going to be up here on this position, and for that chord, we're going to play G flat, B flat, D flat. So altogether, that sounds like this. You can also put this note in here, the 2, which is A flat. And it sounds like that. You can alternate between these 2 as well. And that sounds really great also. Okay, now some of the other chords in the song, kind of going in order that we play them. Let's look at the E flat minor chord, which is the 6th chord. And so we're going to come up here for that one. That's where I prefer to play it anyway. So that chord, we're going to play for the left hand, E flat, B flat, E flat. So those 3 notes. And for the right hand, we're going to actually play those same notes. We're going to play G flat, B flat, D flat. So altogether, that looks and sounds like this. You can also add this note, the A flat, the 2 again. So that's that chord. Then we have the D flat chord, which is the 5 chord in this key. So for the left hand, we're just going to move down to here. And we are going to play D flat, A flat, D flat. And for the right hand, with this one, we're going to move our position just a little bit. We're going to bring our thumb down to F natural, and then our pointer finger on A flat, pinky on D flat. Those 3 notes. So all together, that's going to go like this. The next chord we're going to look at is the C flat chord, which is the 4 chord in the key of G flat major. So let's take a look at where we're going for that one. We're just coming from here, the D flat, which is the 5 chord. So we're going to move our left hand down here. So we're going to, for this one, with the left hand to play C flat, G flat, C flat. Okay, and if we push the music theory out of the side, then sure, this is B and then G flat, B. It doesn't really matter how you think of it or what you call it or whatever, but I am just staying true to the key that we're in. So technically this note is a C flat, which is kind of weird, but just keep that in mind. In this key, this is a C flat. All right, now for the right hand, we're going to play these 3 notes: G flat, C flat, D flat. Just like that. So all together, that sounds like this. The last chord we have for this song is going to be a D flat over F. And this chord is going to be played like this. For the left hand, we're going to play F natural here, and then D flat. So those 2 notes. And for the right hand, what I like to play is A flat and D flat. So we have 4 notes, and all together, it sounds like this. And there you have it. Those are all the chords for this song. There's not a whole lot. So let's look at kind of how those chords go in the song. So let's just take a look at the verse real quick and how that looks. I'll just play through it for you a little bit, and then I'll show you kind of what I'm doing. All right, so something like that, and how these, what I'm doing here is obviously I'm using some rhythm. So if you need help with the rhythm, here we go. So what I'm doing first is, with that G flat chord that we've already gone over, what I'm doing is hitting all the notes at the same time with both hands. So just a nice good hit on beat 1. And then after I do that, then with the right hand, usually what I do is I fill out the space there, whether you play the chord itself, all 3 notes together, or whether you switch up between these 2 notes, or whether you just want to go off all crazy. You know, whatever you want to do. I fill out that space there, and then after I do that for just a little bit, then I play the left hand again, but this time I play all the notes separate. So I play like that. So the left hand just by itself is going to look kind of like this. So all together. and then separate. And the right hand, of course, is like all together, and then other stuff, and then, yeah. The right hand is a little bit more loose and free-flowing, but then when you put the hands together, it looks like this. Something like that. I got a little bit more advanced there, but you can do whichever level of that you want. But I would suggest that for the right hand, don't just play the chord only. Really try to switch it up with that right hand, you know, just with something else. That way it'll sound less robotic. It'll sound more human and more artistic. So that's what I'm doing for all of those chords. So what, you know, we have the G flat first, and then E flat minor, D flat, G. And then if we take the chorus, I'm doing that same thing. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, yes I am. All right, so you see there, I'm doing things like kind of interchanging the right hand and the left hand. They're working together. So whatever level you're at, you can certainly start with just doing things like really rhythmically just to get it down, or you can just keep working on more advanced things like that, like what I'm showing you. So for the bridge, let me just play through these bridge chords for you. So it goes, I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. So it's E flat minor, D flat over F, G flat, B, no sorry, C flat. I'm used to saying B when I hit this note, you know. And then it goes back to the chorus. And on the bridge, there's a build-up usually when people play this song. So when there's a build-up, you can hit all the notes at the same time over and over, and that, of course, sounds nice. So like this. And back into the chorus. All right, so there you go. That is all the chords and how to play the chords sounding nice with rhythm in the song Who You Say I Am by Hillsong. And I really hope that this tutorial was helpful for you, and even if you're playing it in a different key. And I hope that it's not too hard to transpose if you're playing it in G or A or something else like that. But that is that. So have an amazing time playing this song and worshiping God. And I just want to say one more thing. If you want to learn how to play worship piano a little bit like the improv things that I've been doing in this video, which I love to do in my own personal times of worship, then I would highly encourage you to check out the link that's in the description below this video, where you can check out my book, and it's called Basic to Amazing Worship Piano. And that's exactly what this book will give you. Amazing sounding worship piano just with 3 steps. And those 3 steps are the right hand chords, which I show you a great system for how to do that. The left hand chords, which I show you again, a great way to do that, how to put them together. And then the third thing is a system for improvising while you're doing worship piano. And this system for improvising is foolproof. I'm telling you, you basically can't make a mistake or hit a sour note if you just follow this system. And it's not like you have to just stay in it, but it's a key that will help you greatly, and it'll really take your playing to a whole nother level. So I would highly encourage you to check out that book. I'm sure it'll bless you wherever you're at, whether you're a beginner intermediate or advanced player. There's something there for everyone. So that's that. And again, thank you so much for watching, and much love and blessings.